What happened to the outdoor adventures that once defined our youth? Those endless days spent outdoors, playing until the streetlights flickered on, have seemingly vanished. Life then was beautifully simple. No phones, no internet, just real connections and pure, unadulterated fun. Let's find out which 15 outdoor activities today's kids are missing out on, shall we? Picture this: fleets of bicycles, not merely modes of transport, but chariots of freedom, adorned with streamers that danced like flames in the wind and playing cards that clicked against the spokes. This scene, set against the backdrop of the 60s to 80s, was a playground where daring jumps and stunts spoke of our untamed imagination and burgeoning bravery. It was a time when helmets were rare, and the lessons came not from caution but through the thrill of adventure and occasional scrapes. "Didn't your dad teach you to wear a helmet?" a neighbor once asked. "No," came the reply. "He taught me not to fall." We embraced the scrapes and bruises, each one a badge of honor and a lesson learned. The quest for real freedom and the excitement of biking stands in stark contrast to the lure of screens. Is it possible to bring back the magic of tangible experiences, showing kids today how to embrace the ups and downs and the joyous noise of cards and spokes? Hopscotch, a seemingly simple game, evolved into a complex ballet of balance and agility. Its squares a stage for countless childhood dramas. It wasn't just a pastime, but an art form perfected on the canvas of sidewalks and playgrounds, thriving from the bustling 50s through the vibrant 80s. As the digital age unfolded, however, these chalk-drawn arenas and the symphony of stones and sneakers began to fade, obscured by the allure of virtual playgrounds. Yet, the essence of hopscotch, with its blend of physical dexterity and imaginative play, calls out for a revival. It challenges us to remember and to teach the next generation that joy and achievement can be found not only in the leap from one square to another, but in the very act of drawing the lines and defining the game itself. To us, climbing trees was the original adventure game. No graphics needed, just the rustle of leaves and the challenge of bark under our fingertips. Trees were our skyscrapers, our fortresses of solitude, where the view from the top was worth every scrape earned on the ascent. During the golden age of the great outdoors, from the 50s to the 80s, these natural towers tested our mettle, teaching us about bravery, perseverance, and the sweet taste of victory apples picked straight from the branch. Perhaps it's time to shake the digital dust off and let today's kids conquer their leafy Everest once more. The decline in tree climbing and other physically adventurous play reflects broader trends in childhood play habits, where structured activities and screen time have supplanted free, unstructured outdoor play. The benefits of tree climbing, physical strength, problem solving, risk assessment, and a deep connection to nature are invaluable. Marbles, those glass orbs that held universes within them, were more than games. They were duels of destiny played in the arenas of dirt and dust. The 50s to the 80s saw us as marble gladiators, where every flick of the thumb was a battle for glory, and the spoils were as colorful as the victor's dreams. But as the world turned digital, these small spheres of joy were tucked away in the drawers of forgotten playtimes. Yet, within these marbles lies a galaxy of skills, strategy, finesse, and the simple beauty of play that waits to be rediscovered. The disappearance of marbles from the playgrounds mirrors the shift towards more structured, often indoor activities, leaving behind the tactile, imaginative play that marbles provided. The potential for a marble renaissance exists as parents and educators seek alternatives to screen time, offering a blend of physical skill, strategic thinking, and social interaction. Roller skating was our disco on wheels, the heartbeat of the 70s and 80s, where every roll was a note in the soundtrack of our youth. It wasn't just about moving. It was about grooving with friends, the wind in our hair, and freedom strapped to our feet. Rinks were the temples where we worshiped the gods of speed and grace, but as the years rolled by, these sacred halls saw fewer pilgrims. Now, as whispers of a roller revival breeze through, we're reminded of the lessons learned in balance, the euphoria of gliding across the floor, and the community that thrummed to the beat of rolling wheels. The rink beckons us back not just to remember the joy of skating, but to pass on the torch of freedom on four wheels to those who've never known the thrill of the skate. This resurgence speaks to a deeper yearning for connection, physical activity, and nostalgia for a simpler time. Kickball was the melting pot of sports, where every kick sent a rubber ball soaring and every base run was a mini epic. This game, a democracy in action on the field from the 60s to the 80s, was a time when rules were simple and the joy of play was the only trophy we sought. It was where the underdog could become a hero with a single powerful kick, a testament to the power of play and community. Yet, as structured leagues and digital entertainment have taken center stage, the communal rhapsody of kickball has quieted. But imagine the resurgence, a renaissance of rubber balls and heart-pounding home runs, a reminder that joy can be found in the simplest of activities. This potential comeback could serve as a crucial reminder of the importance of unstructured play, fostering creativity, teamwork, and physical fitness among today's youth. Foursquare once reigned as the monarch of playgrounds, a testament to the democracy of play where anyone could ascend to royalty with a well-placed bounce. This square court, drawn with nothing more than chalk and occupied by children armed only with a bouncing ball, was the arena for countless duels of wit, agility, and sheer will. From the bustling schoolyards of the 60s through the 80s, Foursquare was a crucible where friendships were forged and rivalries settled, all within the boundaries of its simple geometric challenge. Yet, its potential for revival shines brightly as a beacon for a new generation seeking escape from the sedentary shackles of screen time. Could the resurgence of Foursquare rekindle the flames of interactive, inclusive play, offering a counterpoint to the solitary digital worlds that dominate today's childhood? Dashing through sprinklers was just one chapter of our endless summer saga, where each day was a new page in our quest to live like Evel Knievel. The 60s to the 80s were a canvas for our adventures, running through woods, splashing in creeks, and exploring every nook of our neighborhoods until the stars told us it was time to head home. The simple act of playing in the sprinkler, transforming every backyard into a makeshift water park, was our refuge from the heat, a source of boundless exhilaration. It was a time when all we needed for happiness was water, a patch of grass, and the freedom to get soaked. Today, as structured schedules and screens vie for children's attention, the joy of those carefree, water-soaked afternoons serves as a reminder of what we've lost. Reviving outdoor play can show today's kids the freedom our childhoods enjoyed, merging digital habits with the joys of the natural world. Dodgeball, with its whirlwind of motion and emotion, was the epitome of playground democracy, where agility, strategy, and teamwork converged in a symphony of rubber balls. This game, a staple of physical education classes from the 60s to the 80s, transcended the mere act of throwing and dodging to become a canvas on which the dramas of childhood were painted in stark relief. Dodgeball's decline in popularity, prompted by concerns over safety and inclusivity, mirrors broader shifts in societal attitudes towards childhood play, emphasizing structured activities over unbridled, sometimes chaotic, free play. Could a modern reinterpretation of Dodgeball, one that balances the thrill of the game with the needs for safety and fairness, reignite interest in this classic form of play? Building treehouses and forts was the ultimate expression of childhood ingenuity and independence. These were castles, fortresses, and secret bases, crafted from the raw materials of our imaginations. In the 60s to the 80s, wielding hammers, nails, and dreams, we constructed our private realms, learning about physics, teamwork, and the satisfaction of creating something from nothing. As the digital age has lured children indoors, these bastions of creativity have become endangered species. Yet, the call to build, to create, to imagine physical spaces of our own remains a fundamental impulse. Reigniting this passion could reconnect today's youth with the tangible joys of construction and creativity, building not just forts, but resilience and camaraderie. Lawn darts, or jarts, as they were affectionately known, were the gladiators of backyard games, where skill and a bit of luck could crown you the champion of the neighborhood coliseum. These hefty darts, thrown in arcs toward a target on the grass, turned every family gathering into a spirited competition, where tales of near misses and bullseyes became the stuff of legend. The inherent risk that added to the game's excitement also led to its demise, as safety concerns prompted a re-evaluation of what constituted acceptable risk in children's play. The ban on lawn darts is emblematic of broader shifts towards hyper-vigilance in play, reflecting growing societal concerns over safety that have, in many cases, sanitized the adventurous spirit of childhood. As we ponder the legacy of lawn darts, we're reminded of the delicate balance between ensuring safety and preserving the zest and unpredictability that are intrinsic to play. Kick the Can was the epitome of freedom, an all-encompassing chase that turned our streets and yards into arenas of endless possibility. In its golden years from the 60s through the 80s, this game transcended being mere child's play. It was a nightly tradition, a way to defy the setting sun with laughter and energy. Today, as digital screens dim the call of the wild, the echoes of "Kick the Can" have faded into whispers. Yet, the essence of this game, the joy of the chase, the camaraderie, the breathless excitement, holds a timeless appeal. Could the revival of Kick the Can teach a new generation about the simple pleasures of collective imagination and physical play? Red Rover was the ultimate test of strength, strategy, and solidarity, a game where chanting names became a battle cry, summoning adversaries to break through human chains. Popular through the 60s to 80s, it taught us about unity, resilience, and sometimes the sting of impact. As concerns for physical safety have grown, the lines of Red Rover have been broken, its lessons of teamwork and endurance shelved in the name of protection. Yet the spirit of the game, the thrill of the challenge, the bond of the line, offers invaluable lessons for today's youth. Rediscovering Red Rover in a modern context could bridge the gap between physical engagement and safety, rekindling the flame of physical play in a digital age. Capture the Flag transformed ordinary fields into battlegrounds of strategy, stealth, and speed, where the simple act of capturing a piece of cloth became a quest for glory. Flourishing in the era of outdoor sovereignty from the 60s to 80s, it was a narrative we lived, complete with heroes, villains, and epic comebacks. In today's structured, screen-dominated world, the vast landscapes that nurtured our covert operations have shrunk, and with them, the call to adventure. Yet the game's essence, teamwork, strategic thinking, and the pure adrenaline of the chase has the power to inspire. Can we resurrect the magic of Capture the Flag, reminding the digital generation of the epic tales waiting in their own backyards? Hide and Seek, the timeless game of stealth and search, holds a unique place in the pantheon of play. Its simplicity belies the depth of skill it teaches, patience, strategy, and the art of silence. From the hiding spots behind 60s shrubbery to the 80s basements, this game was a universal language of childhood, understood across generations. Despite its continued presence, the version we knew, unfettered, extending through twilight hours, neighborhood-wide, has become rarer, edged out by organized activities and digital pastimes. Yet, Hide and Seek embodies a fundamental human joy, the thrill of the chase and the triumph of discovery. In reviving this game, we rediscover the essential pleasures of play, of connection, and of the world beyond the screen. Can you still hear the laughter and feel the freedom of those outdoor activities? If so, like this video, Click subscribe and stay tuned for more nostalgia trips.